This just snuck up on me. I knew something Garo related was coming out this year, but the only knowledge I had was that it had to do with VR, and that's about it.
I didn't know any of the names of the characters, which universe this is in, or even how the suit looked.
My friend Jin brought up on Twitter that he saw it, so I had to see it for myself.
Our protagonist, Kwan, is thrust into a world that is neither a dream or the real world. It's virtual reality. Amongst the huge crowd shines a bright light, and within it is the armor of Garo. They've typically only been gold with black accents, so imagine my surprise seeing this one. It's familiar, but now it has a more dull gold and light blue accents to go along with VR. It's more technical, and even the helmet looks different than anything we've seen before. Yeah, I love it.
This is art.
Underneath this light, a woman named Shuka explains that 100 people have been brought here to compete. The last person standing will be granted one wish and given the title of Garo. She shows the audience that their enemy are the horrors of the Makai. The first round will only have 50 people survive. This is the world of Garo versus Road.
Now, the only season I completed was the first one, Garo Chapter the Black Wolf, which I reviewed a few years ago, and I still think it's one of my top 3 favorite toku of all time. I've seen bits and pieces of other Garo media here and there, but I never delved that deep into it. So with that out of the way, Garo still surprises me, as well as impressed me.
The drama is as good as I remembered, the characters are so memorable, and I was hooked.
I groaned when the credits started playing because I wanted to see what happened next. Oh, and of course, Jam Project has another theme for the Garo series, and yes, it's still really good.
First off, Garo is still meant for an older audience. I don't mean that it's super dark just cause there's blood and more violence than you're used to. I mean that in the way that the story is told. Kids wouldn't be invested in this. For the most part. There are a couple of short action scenes. 1/3 of the episode is told in flashbacks, and admittedly, the episode's pacing is a little weird. Some scenes are slow, characters carefully introduce themselves, then the following scene has a screwdriver in someone's knee. I get what they're going for. It's surprising, and I love stuff like that.
Still, I'll understand if the pacing does turn some people off.
With such a straightforward premise, it's the characters that push things along, which means a lot of talking and not much fighting. In fact, the Garo armor isn't used at all, just shown for a brief moment in the beginning. And I'm expecting the series to be mostly like this. Since this episode sets up the characters, I won't be going over them other than saying that I like every single one so far.
Some of the gamer lingo and stereotypes are a bit off-putting though.
Actually, the gaming aspect is shown a bit, and I do like what they're going for. Shuka states that the abilities and powers are given with however people define them as, such as super strength.
That's all I'll say about the show. We're only 1 episode in so far, and I want you to watch it without being spoiled from this whole video. Which brings me to saying, Garo versus Road gets a positive impression from me. I can't wait to see what we have down the road.
And if anyone says it's just Toku Sword Art Online or Fortnite, then I'm gonna yell.
Video has reached completion. See you next time.